Well, welcome back. Kent Adams here and Susan Jensen. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
It's
this
a crazy
afternoon.
day, isn't it?
It is. It's beautiful out.
I almost started to correct you, but it is afternoon because it's after 12, isn't it?
It is. It is. And your trees are blooming. They're
Yes.
bright red. They look beautiful.
Yeah, and what's left of them because so many of the leaves got destroyed. And I don't know about your place, but our largest limb that fell was this big.
We have the same.
And the city was
Yeah.
out there this morning picking them up.
Oh, good.
So my wife and I were very pleased. You're with Canopy Credit Union.
Yes.
Okay, that used to go by a different name, didn't it?
It certainly did. Yes.
What was it?
Well, it used to be Spokane Federal Credit Union.
Okay, right.
We changed to Canopy Credit Union about July of this year.
Yes.
And it was really something that took quite a while and it was in the making. But you know, what I want your viewers and listeners to know is Canopy Credit Union, we've been around for over 60 years.
Okay.
Yeah, so way back when Elvis Presley was singing Heartbreak Hotel and a postage stamp cost just 3 cents.
Yes.
That was our humble
I remember
beginning.
those
Right,
days, okay.
Right, that was our humble beginnings.
Wow.
And you know, over the years, we've heard various things, and a couple of things have always stood out for us.
Yes.
And that's that oftentimes we hear people saying that their banking can feel really daunting and stressful.
Yes.
And we just believe at Canopy Credit Union, it doesn't have to be that way. And so when people, we know that they're sometimes, in some cases, they're financially struggling.
Yes.
And in other cases, they're financially flourishing and
Yes.
they feel really secure.
And you can help
We can help
both
them.
ends and in the middle, right?
Exactly. We can help them all, empower them, help them to feel more confident about their finances.
Great.
And we know that when they feel more confident about their money, that just spills over into every aspect of their lives. It
Yeah.
helps them personally, it helps their families, and then really ultimately it helps our community to grow and thrive.
Right, right. I'm going to guess, and I might be wrong because we haven't talked about this, Canopy, because you've got everything covered?
That's exactly right. That financial protection, that
Okay.
security, that safe place to handle your
Nice.
banking and finances, that was exactly the impetus behind that.
Talk about some of the things you offer in terms of the free coaching and so
Exactly.
forth, because you really have a litany of things that you want to help your members, because it's the
Right.
credit union's membership, right?
That's exactly right. And it really just goes back to that commitment of helping people to feel like they're
Right.
taking control of their finances and that they have the knowledge and expertise and the tools that they need in order to be financially successful.
Right.
So we have several people in our buildings that are certified financial coaches.
Oh, nice.
And they'll sit down at no charge and talk with people about whatever stage of life they're at. You
Yeah.
know, we're helping people like Bill, who maybe has had some bumps in the road, and he maybe has a credit score that he knows he wants to get up so that he can get a lower interest rate. And in the meantime, what we find like with people like Bill is they might be paying as much as 30% interest on a car loan, if you can
wow.
believe it. I know, right? But they're trying to get ahead, and it's very difficult to
Yeah.
do that when you're paying that kind of an interest rate.
Right.
And so for us, what we'll do is not only meet with Bill and help him to get better equipped with what he can do and the measures that he can take to increase that score, but in the meantime, we'll also cut that score way down, under 10%, and then he actually can start that emergency fund and can start saving a little bit more money and then grow with time that credit score up.
You know, I think part of the challenge we face today as members of a credit union or whatever, and that is that we, and I know people, and obviously you do too, who have kind of gotten behind
Yeah.
and are struggling, but they're afraid to ask for help.
Right.
Okay, because it's admitting that maybe I haven't done what I should do, and so the problem continues
Yeah.
and doesn't improve, and probably won't improve unless there's somebody there to guide you. What's the attitude that your people have when someone like that comes in? Because I think that really would make the difference.
That's such a
You
good
know?
question, and you're striking a chord with us because that's exactly our intent and our mission,
Okay.
is to really take that judgment away from
Yeah.
coming in through our doors and talking with people.
Right.
So many times people are filled with fear, right, and
Yes.
uncertainty, and they don't want to feel even more ashamed of where they're
Right.
at. And I think that's where we come into play, is that when they come in through our doors, we have a really comfortable environment.
Okay.
You're going to meet with people that are going to make the process really safe for you to be able to talk through it, to encourage them that they can make a difference in their financial lives with time, and that we're going to give them those resources, that coaching that they need in order to feel that success.
Right. And that's a challenge. I think it's taking that first step to go in and realize that what you have there are people who are going to help you as a member, not put judgment on you, because my guess is there are a lot of people who have gone through, and we can all think of those who have been challenged in the past, who created multi-million-dollar companies and everything else, but they had to get past that stage and so forth.
That's exactly right. And you know, it doesn't even mean necessarily that they are coming through our doors with a low credit score. It could mean somebody like Sally, who's been working over at the county for several years and is trying to figure out, at what point in life am I going to be able to retire? And what do I need to do to set myself up for that beach experience that I want over in Hawaii? And so we're very equipped to be able to help people of all different financial means to achieve their goals and dreams, and to be that listening ear to provide those resources and that those tools that they need in order to reach those dreams that they have for themselves.
Sometimes we as grandparents reach a point in retirement where we're okay, and then we think about doing a trip or something. But then there are grandkids who have a need. Okay. We didn't quite plan for that maybe as much and so forth. So I think there may be several opportunities for people to get some help. I want to take a break, and when we come back, you've got a special program coming up on the 23rd.
We do.
And I think this will be great. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back right after this. Well, welcome back. A friend of ours is watching us right now. Do you want to say her name and get some credit for it?
Hello, Stephanie.
And I mentioned during the commercial, because the guys were telling us, Stephanie, are you always working at your desk that you can during the lunch hour so you can
She's eating and listening to your program.
Yeah, she does. Although she's been traveling a lot with a lot of their workshops and so forth. I think quite a bit the last few weeks. This is the time of year that they do that to prepare for next season and so forth.
Absolutely.
And we appreciate Stephanie. She is a great lady and all that.
One of my favorites.
Yeah. Well, we teased a little bit before we went to commercial break, and that was about a great event coming up, and Miko, the budget mom, who we've had on here before. She couldn't be here today, but there's an opportunity for people to come and listen to her. She's got a great story to tell. Tell me the story and what's going to happen.
She does. She has an incredible story. We're so blessed to have her for this event. So it's coming up next week, and a little bit of background on Miko. You know, she was a single mom, and she was really like a lot of us. She had financial debt. And that debt was really causing her to
gnawing at her.
It was. She was struggling with it. It was causing her to, stress and anxiety. And so she really thought, you know what, I'm going to do something about this. So first of all, she looked to see exactly how much she had. She had $77,000 worth of debt, including student loans.
Oh boy.
And she tackled it. And so she was looking at a lot of different tools out there and budgeting tips that she could implement. And in doing so, she did a lot of research and came up with the best of the best, paid off that debt in less than a year. So this gal
Wait a second. You said less than a year?
Less than a year. How
do you do that?
Well, she really stuck to a daily plan. I think what she's going to tell us next week is that it was those daily little steps that she took that made all the difference.
Just to stay on it.
Exactly. And she wanted a better life for her and her son. And so she worked her plan and did it. And then it just really sparked a mission for her. And so she's been traveling all over. In fact, some of your viewers and listeners might have seen her. She's been on ABC, CBS, NBC, the Huffington Post. Right? And we're fortunate enough to be able to have her next week on October 23rd for an event over at Center Place, and where she's going to talk firsthand and impart upon people all of the knowledge and wisdom that she's learned over the years. Here's the best part. The event is $25.
Wow.
So for the cost of going out, what would be a dinner or a couple of coffees these
Right.
days,
Yeah,
right?
no kidding, no kidding.
You can come and get to hear her speak. You're going to leave with a digital download of her workbook.
Wow.
And come have an evening. We're serving refreshments and get to experience her and hear her. It's actually going to be her first speaking event. And here it is in Spokane, Washington.
Oh,
So,
fun.
yeah, we don't have very many tickets left. We've got
Okay.
about 60 left.
Okay.
So we just encourage
And it's a
people
beautiful
to jump
site.
on it. Beautiful site. Yeah, and it's really easy to get tickets. You just visit canopycu.com, and right in the center of our homepage is all the information that people
Okay.
need to be able to buy their tickets
Wow,
and
for
come.
$25,
Right.
the value could be $77,000 or more.
I suspect that she's going to
Yeah.
command that in short order here
Yeah.
nationwide, so jump on it while you
Yeah,
can.
yeah.
And you know, one of the things that I was reflecting on about her talk is that, so we're getting close to November.
Yes.
And you know what happens in January? Everyone starts thinking about those New Year's resolutions, right?
Yes.
And money's usually at the top of a lot of people's lists. But if they come next week and get that jump start, think that, you know, over the next 60 days before
Yes.
the year ends, they're going to have a total jump start on their finances,
Yes.
get going with that budget, get going with an action plan, and then come January, they're well on their way in 2020 toward reaching those financial goals
Wow.
that we all have in our lives.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Whether it's saving for retirement, saving for grandkids.
Right,
or
education.
saving for yourself, or a
Weddings.
vacation, weddings.
Yep.
Yeah, weddings have gotten very cheap
They
recently.
certainly have. I've
Yeah.
heard. I
Yeah.
have heard.
Yeah. Thank goodness I have two daughters. One kind of eloped in Vegas and told us and said, don't come. And the other, the older daughter, it's been about 20 years now. And
Yeah.
I have to tell you, as a dad, that was very hard
Yeah, I
to
bet.
walk down, you know.
I bet.
It was.
That's a
When-
pivotal moment in a man's life.
It really is when
Yeah.
you're, yeah. And
Absolutely.
So, okay, let's remind them one more time where they can get this, because this is important.
It really is. And like I said, there are limited seats available.
Okay.
So jump on it. Don't wait. CanopyCU.com has all the information that you need to buy your
Okay.
tickets. Just look right in the center of the homepage and you'll be set to go. It's next Wednesday night, October 23rd at Center Place.
And they really should take action in the next couple of days,
They
right?
should take action today.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
All right, okay. By 4:59.
I think before the clock strikes 5 o'clock, at least by midnight. Yeah.
Susan, thank you very
Thank you
much.
so much for having
You're
me.
a great person, good to have. Tell people where the main office is.
Yeah, the main office is right across from the flour mill.
Yes.
Next door to the flour mill, across from the arena.
In that curve.
Yep, 601 West Malin.
Yeah.
And of course, you gave me that opportunity, so now I got to plug two other of our branch locations.
take over, girl.
One at the Valley, Sprague and McDonald, and one out north on Francis.
Right. Well, we go from one Susan to another Susan here, and we'll be talking about the Ritz next.
It's the Susans today.
I know it is. Great
We're
people.
good people.
Absolutely. Good to have you.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so much.
We'll be right back.